everybody. My name is Andy Sancillo. This is James Lydia. Today we're going to show you how to fill up your 4500 scba bottle using the cascade system that we have set up at your facilities. First off, we're going to start off before you commence on filling up your bottle. We're going to inspect our equipment, make sure all of our lines are nice and tight. When you come up to your cascade system, you don't want to hear any leaks when you're opening your first bottle or your second or your third or your fourth, due to the fact that it will lose pressure and you won't be able to fill up your scba bottle completely. So we're going to go ahead and start filling up our scba bottle. You're going to inspect your bottle first. See, our scba bottle is empty. If you have pressure in your scba bottle, make sure your valve is tight before you start disconnecting it from your harness. So we're going to go ahead and start connecting our bottle. Sorry guys, this is a little tight plug. So now that we have our fill line connected to our bottle, it is nice and tight. We're going to first off open up our first bottle. Make sure you remember what bottle you open up first before commencing to start opening your valve. We're going to open the first one. You're going to see your lines pressure up, so they are going to bulge up. Don't be afraid. It's just, high pressure. All right, our first bottle is open, completely open. Make sure you open that valve all the way. Second off, you're going to start opening the valve to your bottle. You're going to open it all the way so it stops. Then you're going to slowly start opening the valve to your fill line, and you will start seeing your gauge to your bottle start filling up. Now the hiss is the pressure going into the bottle. Remember, you are filling up with the 4500 psi bottle to another 4500 psi bottle. You're going to slowly open up your valve until it hits the green. So that screeching sound right there is stating that your bottle is equalizing with your scba bottle. You're going to fill it up to where it's on the full mark, green mark, just a hair past. You don't want to go all the way to where it says 60. In your case, your bottles will say 45 because you will blow off your pop off. So it stopped screeching. That means that our bottles have finally equalized. So now what you're going to do is make sure you turn off your cascade bottle completely shut. You're going to make sure your scba bottle completely shut, and your fill line, make sure it's completely shut. So your bottle is going to get hot in the process of filling up. So you're going to let that cool down for about 10 to 15 minutes because, heat fluctuates. Once it cools down, you will lose pressure in your bottle. So after your bottle cools down after those 10 to 15 minutes, you're going to then go back to your cascade, open up the second bottle, which in this case, we're going to go ahead and open it up. Again, your line is going to go back up. It's going to swell back up. All right, our second bottle is finally open. We're going to go ahead and open our scba bottle again. We're going to go ahead and fill up our bottle. Slowly open your fill line because you do not want to pass the full mark. So our bottles have finally equalized on this one. It is showing about 4,200 PSI in this bottle. Now, we are using, again, 4,500 PSI, equalizing to another 4,500 PSI. So we're gonna go ahead and close our bottles or no lines. Go back to our third bottle, open it up. Gonna go ahead and open our SCBA again. Start showing pressure. So right here, we are finally equalized. Our bottles probably cool down once we fill them up. It's not filling up to the 4,500 due to the fact that we are filling up with 4,500s. They only equalize. Once your bottles are full, make sure all of your bottles are closed. Double check your fill line is shut, SCBA bottle is shut. Now, you still have track pressure. As you can see in our gauge, we still have track pressure from the gauge from this valve to the SCBA bottle. Now we're gonna slowly grab our crescent and slightly crack it just to bleed off the pressure in between the valves. Alright guys, so that is the proper way how to fill up an SCBA. Again, if you need help, please give us a call and have a good day.